Hi, my name is Nina, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make our cookies in a jar at home. These jars are going to make about a dozen cookies, and they are very easy to do, so let's get started. Before we get started, let's talk about what you're going to need today. You're going to need a half a cup of butter or one stick, one egg, and you're only going to need about half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. As for your supplies, I would have a bowl handy, a spatula or spoon, and then you're also going to need measuring spoons to measure out the vanilla extract. Today, I'm going to use a stand mixer, but feel free to use a hand mixer if you don't have one at home. And if you don't have either, you can always use a spoon and mix it by hand. We will also need a baking sheet today, and I am going to use parchment paper to cover my baking sheet. So now that we have all of our supplies, let's get started and get to baking. So the first thing we're going to do is preheat our oven. I have already preheated mine to 350. Because I am using the chocolate one today, I'm preheating it to 350. If you are using any other base dough, I'm talking the chocolate chip, the sugar, oatmeal, you're actually going to preheat to 375. Today we're going to be making the Trey's Triple Chocolate, which is a chocolate cookie with Oreos and white chocolate chips. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and open my jar, and we are going to set aside the toppings on the top. All right, perfect. And then at any point in this process, if you happen to have a little bit extra of the next ingredient in it, it's okay. At the end of the day, these are all getting mixed together. So what we're going to do next is we're going to take our mixer and we are going to add our stick of butter. And with the stick of butter, we are also going to add the sugars that are in our jar. So I'm going to add those in. Perfect. And then I'm going to give this a mix. So this is the butter and sugar nice and mixed. It's going to give you a nice soft creamy texture just to show you guys. It's nice and mixed in, and the sugar and the butter are one. So now we're going to add our wet ingredients. So we're going to take our one egg and add it into our mixer or our bowl. And then we have to do a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And we're going to add that into here. And then we are going to mix it up once again. So now we are going to add our dry ingredients that are in the jar. So I'm going to add that into the mixer. All right. And now I'm going to mix this until it's well combined again. Okay, so now our stuff is combined. Sometimes I like to take a spatula and go ahead and get the sides of the mix, especially if you're using a mixer, but get the sides. Make sure that everything is really in that bowl. So I'm just going to mix it up again a little bit. And then we are going to add our toppings. So for the Trey's Triple Chocolate, we have white chocolate and Oreos. Our Oreos are usually combined with the jars, but this is just an example, so I don't have the packets with me. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the white chocolate and add it in. And then for the Oreos, you can either crush them up inside of the packaging, you can use your hands and crush them, or you can put it in a little plastic bag and crush them that way. All right, so here is your dough, nice and combined. And now we're going to put it on our parchment paper so it can bake. So I'm going to take some parchment paper and I'm going to put it onto my sheet. If you don't have parchment paper, you can use aluminum foil, but if you do that, make sure you spray it down with some cooking spray, or you can just put it straight onto the sheet. Now I'm going to use a cookie scooper to scoop my dough. If you don't have that, it's okay. You can use a measuring spoon. Just make sure that the cookie balls are around the same size so that they can cook evenly. So I'm just going to scoop them and put them on the parchment paper. Now these are ready to go into the oven. I'm going to put it in there for about 12 to 13 minutes, see what they look like, and adjust from there. Okay, the cookies are done. They look so good, but we have to let them cool, okay? I like to give it about 15 minutes so it's nice and it's still a little bit warm, but it's going to be so much better when it's not burning your tongue. So wait about 10 to 15 minutes for everything to cool, and then it will be time to enjoy the cookies. So here we are with the final product. We have 12 trays of triple chocolate, and I hope you guys had fun baking these. Well, that was it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed making your cookies in a jar. If you had a good time and your cookies look beautiful, which I know they do, please share them with me. You can tag us on Instagram at Nina's Cookie Explosion, Facebook, TikTok. We would love to see your creations. And we will see you next time. Bye.